Hello viewers, welcome to this new video series on GST accounting using TallyPrime 7. GST accounting is not merely a statutory requirement. It is an essential part of an organization's accounting and taxation system, serving both internal management information and statutory GST compliance. This video begins with the first and most important step, Company GST Setup in TallyPrime 7. This series follows a different approach from conventional software tutorials. Instead of focusing primarily on keyboard operations and mouse clicks, the emphasis is on understanding the concepts, planning the implementation, configuring the software correctly, and using the practical and hidden features of TallyPrime effectively. A well-planned GST system ensures accurate accounting, reliable compliance, and meaningful business information. The content is designed especially for business owners, managers, finance executives, accountants, and implementation teams who are responsible for planning and supervising GST accounting. At the same time, each video also provides practical operational guidance for software operators who perform day-to-day accounting. If you have any questions, suggestions, or practical issues related to the topic covered in this video, please share them in the comments. We will try to answer your queries and also include them in future videos so that this series becomes more useful and relevant for all GST accounting professionals. Thank you. Hope you will enjoy, share, and comment your views.
GST Accounting. Using TallyPrime 7, GST is applicable only for those organizations who cross the specified threshold of sales or otherwise are liable for registration. They must register their organization under GST rules. On registration, they are allotted a unique GSTIN by GST authorities. Here we explain the process of GST, set up details of a GST registered company. Input data collection. Before enabling GST in TallyPrime, keep the key information ready for input for GST Setup. Company GST Setup requires a number of complex info. However, only a few simple info are needed for basic setup, applicable for all GST registered organizations. To keep things simple, only basic options are discussed in this chapter, while advanced options applicable for selected organizations are explained in next chapter. GSTIN of the business, legal name of business, trade name, if different, state, registration type, whether composition or regular, date from which GST is applicable, business constitution, nature of business, GST Essential Setup. To set up GST for a company in TallyPrime 7, configure the registration details at the company level to start GST accounting using TallyPrime 7. Below are the detailed working steps and explanations for each data field and option within the company GST Setup. Step 1. Enabling GST for the company open company in TallyPrime. Press F11, Features. Set the option Enable Goods and Services Tax, GST, to Yes to get GST Details screen. Step 2. GST Registration Details. Company, Basic GST, Setup, Key Points. State. It determines the type of tax. Select correct state. Changing state later can invalidate tax data. Registration type. 1. Select regular for standard taxpayer. May collect tax and eligible for input tax credit. 2. Composition for lower tax simplified scheme. Cannot collect tax and not eligible for input tax credit. 3. Regular SEZ for special economic zone. Zero rate tax applicable. In some cases, you may select the following types, like SEZ developer. For developers of SEZ, casual taxable person for temporary business in another state, like trade fair, etc. Input service distributor, ISD, for distributes. Input tax credit among branches. Non-resident taxable person for foreign business operating temporarily, government department for government entity, UN body embassy, special tax treatment. Consumer generally not used while configuring own company, used in special situations. Registration type should not be changed. Changing from composition to regular or vice versa. After transactions requires careful handling and may require creating a new company or making statutory adjustments. GSTINUIN. Enter the unique 15 characters GSTINUIN, registration number allotted by authority for the registered organization, carefully and correctly. It is composed of state code, 2 characters, PAN, 10 characters, entity code, 1 character, default character, 1 character for future use, check digit, 1 character. Entering incorrect GSTIN can lead to mismatches and rejection of returns during filing. Periodicity of GSTR1. Choose monthly, normally for larger organization, or quarterly, normally for smaller organization, depending on annual turnover in previous financial year. Registration name. Tally auto-generates this, for example, West Bengal registration. Depending on state of registration, useful for specific registrations for multiple GSTINs under one company. Press Ctrl+A to save the data. Company GST Setup. Special and advanced options. Apart from the above, many special options related to Company GST Setup scattered over multiple screens like F1, Features F12, Configure, hidden deep under various sub-screens. These special and advanced setup options are applicable for selected organizations only. To keep the operation and learning simple for common users and learners, these are skipped now and explained in next chapter.